What's going on, everyone? Mayday here, and I am back from the MultiGP International Open, and I wanted to sit down and talk about my take on remote ID. And right as I got started, I fired up YouTube and saw Ken Heron's video and had to watch his because, well, I just wanted to see what he had to say. And quite frankly, I feel like if you want to know how I really feel about remote ID, pretty much go watch his video, and he echoes almost all of the notes and the sentiments that I had, that I thought about, and that I've kind of discussed in my head with some friends over the past week on the way home. Long story short is, well, I too will be complying when it makes sense and whenever I need to. That should be pretty clear. If it's a sub 250G quad, I'm not going to worry about it. In fact, I'm going to work on building up a couple of sub 250G gram quads that I can put my naked GoPro on and can send off into oblivion and continue making the videos that I'm making here. Because the reality is, I have no interest in monetizing this channel. If that day comes, okay, great. I need to find out if there are sponsorships that will supply equipment to be used on this channel. If that constitutes, if that's the case, then I'll screw it. I'll just fly the big quads with a remote ID broadcast module on it. But I'm not a fan of remote ID by any means. I think it's terrible. But I also agree with Ken that I don't believe that it's going to be successful. I think this is going to, I think that there's a lot of people that are going to let this drive them out of the hobby, and they're going to do it as a way of saying, screw this, I'm not complying, I'm just leaving. And what they're going to find is in a few months, after they sell all their stuff, they're going to find that remote ID really hasn't had that big of an impact. Now, if you're an ag farmer, or if you're a professional running around on a Cinelifter, okay, yeah, you're on a set, you're on like an event, something, that's gonna happen. But I'm really hoping that we see some provisions go in, kind of like what the EU has, where it's under a kilogram, that they, you know, okay, you don't need it. Or if you're gonna fly below the tree line, they're going to have to find ways to make this make a little bit more sense. Because what's going to be really funny is when if they have to put these on race quads, and these guys are going out here racing, and this is something we've joked about doing in our local club, every time there's a crash, we're going to report it. Every time somebody hits a gate, we're going to report it, upload pictures, we're going to overwhelm the system with it. Rather than, you know, going around saying, I'm not complying, F the FAA, and you don't want to say, hey, look guys, I'm going to not comply, and I'm going to continue uploading videos of me flying in non-compliance because they're not going to do anything. When reality is, they probably got a room full of people. They're paying very little money to go around on YouTube and social media looking for people that are violating these rules. And yeah, they're going to make an example of you. So you can listen to your favorite influencer that wants to tell you to go, hey, keep doing what you do. And you go and you do that, and you end up in a suit or a fine from the FAA because you wanted to be Mr. Hotshot and do what somebody else was doing. Now you're the example. Okay? I mean, I don't want that to happen, but that's not going to be me. I'm sorry. I do not want to be the example for the guy that wanted to go fly his 7-inch quad in a school on a Saturday morning, not realizing they were about to have some event, and the parents all pull up and people freak out, and now all of a sudden, yeah, okay. I also don't think the FAA has the resources to really go after this. I think they're almost complying with something that they were given just so that they can say, hey, we did our part, good luck, Chuck. So I really do hope remote ID failed, and that's kind of my hope here to this one. I have reached out to Congress critters in this area, and I tell you what, they don't know what they're doing. So either way, I'm going to continue making videos here, and I hope that you will continue watching them. And to do so, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next one.